Class 12C, we have done both the policies related to this thing, both the policies related to our credit control in the economy, and because of that credit control, the situation of excess demand and the situation of deficient demand, both the problems are solved. Yesterday we did fiscal policy as well as monetary policy. Today I am going to simply revise all those monetary policies with you, which are taken by the uh, Reserve Bank of India to correct the excess demand and the deficient demand. So for today, question number 1 for 1 mark is why there is a need to use various tools by the government to control the credit. That is to bring the economic stability in the economy. Second is deflationary gap is a result of dash demand. Please tell the answer. Deflationary gap is the result of dash demand. नहीं बेटा. Please write there with you, and many times you write and practice it. Deflation is related to deficient demand. Opposite to deflation is inflation. Inflation is related to excess demand. So, deflationary gap is the result of dash demand. 12C, who will tell? Deflationary gap is a result of which demand? Deficient demand. Okay. And opposite to that, Purvi? Good. Now, how many policies are there which are used to control the excess demand and the deficient demand? Okay. First is, second is, okay. Now, a very important question from fiscal policy. Fiscal policy is based on revenue and expenditure of the government, true or false? Revenue and expenditure of the government, is it true or false? True. Therefore it is also known as of whom? RBI or of the government. Now, monetary policy. Monetary policy is a policy which is directly related to the control of supply of credit in the economy. True or false? Monetary policy. True. Yes. Again, I am repeating. Monetary policy is a policy which is directly related for controlling the supply of credit in the market. It is true. Now, second question related to this is, who involve in the monetary policy? RBI or the government? RBI. So, what is the difference between fiscal policy measure and monetary policy measure? Please understand, because this is with reason 3 marks. It seems to be so easy, but it can come in true and false 1 mark and statement and 3 marks. First point, revenue and expenditure is based on the management policy of the government. It is based on the management policy of the government. That is why it is also known as budgetary policy. Government uses 5 tools to correct the situation of the fiscal policy. First is government expenditure, which we did yesterday. Second is, can anybody tell? Which is the second one? Taxes. Third is, fourth, okay. And fifth, all these four are there? Right. Yes, now come to the next one, monetary policy. Monetary policy is the control of supply of credit in the economy. This policy corrects the excess demand or the deficient demand in the economy. Very important point is, it is pursued or it is operated by the central bank of our country. And tools of monetary policy are, yesterday we did quantitative plus qualitative. That is bank rate, repo rate, reverse repo rate, open market operation, cash reserve ratio, and SLR, and margin requirements. This we have discussed yesterday. So, 12C. Now, if you have any problem related to these two fiscal policies, you just let me know. Fiscal policy and monetary policy. Any problem? Any question? Okay. Then you, yeah, then you people answer. Revenue and expenditure is related to which policy? It is operated by Reserve Bank of India. Yes or no? No. It is by the government. Okay. Cash reserve ratio is one of the important fiscal policy. Okay. Then the policy of correcting excess or deficient demand in the economy by controlling the supply of credit is done by the government. So it is a fiscal policy or a monetary policy? Okay. And this RBI maintains the excess demand and the deficient demand through taxes. Through taxes. false. So taxes किस में है? Okay. Now next question. Excess demand is a situation where AD is less than AS. Excess demand is a situation. So what is the correct answer? And deficient demand is a situation where AD is dash to AS. Okay. Inflationary gap is related to deficient demand. True or false? And this inflationary gap is related to excess demand. True or false? True. Voluntary unemployment is when the people are not willing to work or not willing to work at the existing wage rate. True or false? The people, they are not working willingly. Even if the wage rates are there, then also they don't want to work. Is equal to what? Voluntary or involuntary? Employment or unemployment? Involuntary unemployment is a situation when the people are not getting work even when they are willing to work at the existing wage rate. Okay, underemployment is a situation in the economy when AS is equal to AD and S is equal to I, but all the resources in the economy, that is fuller employment of all the resources in the economy is not done. Yes or no? Okay. Now, next question is, give one example of inflationary gap in the world. Inflationary gap in the world. Breakdown of economy due to the rising prices. I have given you one word, economic depression. You remember this word, economic depression? Economic depression of 1921. It was a total breakdown of the economy of the world, and this was due to the excess demand. And excess demand may here I have told you a wage and price spiral. It was the same thing, low wages, low income, then goods, they remain unsold in the market, price crash, again low income, low output, unsold goods in the market, people are out of unemployment. This cycle was forming, and this was seen in 1921, and this is also known as the Great Depression of the economy, that is related to the world economy. Okay, now children, quickly take pen and pencil and write down. I am giving you a case study. And I want a question, answers from the case study. I will give you the question. Quickly, for the case study, COVID has a significant COVID has a significant deflationary impact because demand for non-essential goods will go down significantly. Therefore, therefore, there would be too much, therefore, there would be too much inflationary impact through fiscal deficit. Through fiscal deficit. This will generate demand. This will generate demand by infusing liquidity into the system, and there will be a hike in the economy. There will be a hike in the economy. This is the interview of somebody, and please write in the brackets, stimulus package will be introduced. STIMULS. Stimulus package will be introduced. Now, question number 1. The situation of AD less than AS. The situation of AD less than AS corresponding to the full employment refers to dash. Full employment in the economy refers to dash. Next, state the reason of deficient demand discussed in the passage. The reason of deficient demand discussed in the package. Then third is when does a break-even point is achieved? When does a break-even point is achieved? And question number 4. State any one measure to correct the deficient demand. that efficient demand in the economy. So 12C, let's see this case study and answer all the questions.